What if I told you the same energy you're trying to suppress could become the fuel for your biggest breakthroughs? That those intense urges, the ones that pull you toward porn or compulsive release, could actually be power in disguise. I didn't believe it either at first. I used to think I had to get rid of these urges, that they were a weakness, a distraction, something shameful. But over time, I realized something wild. The urge itself isn't bad. It's just energy without direction. And when I started channeling that energy into creative work, deep relationships, and inner confidence, everything changed. This episode isn't about resisting forever. It's about redirecting and using your drive for something far greater than a few seconds of fake pleasure. Let's talk about how to transmute sexual energy and why it might be the superpower you've been sleeping on. Welcome back to Knowle. This is the final episode in our series on porn and masturbation addiction. We've covered identity, habit loops, emotional regulation, dopamine healing. Now we shift from healing to expanding. In this episode, I'll share what sexual transmutation actually means, how I turned urges into motivation, focus, and creative fire, a breakdown of how it works psychologically and energetically, daily practices that help me move from suppression to transformation, and how this one mindset shift helped me become unstoppable. If you've ever felt like urges were your enemy, you're not alone, but they don't have to be. Let me show you another way. There was a day, I remember it clearly, when I had an intense urge. My whole body was buzzing with it. In the past, that would have been my cue to open up incognito mode, give in, and then regret it. But this time, I paused. I asked myself, what if this isn't something to fight or fear? What if this is energy I can use? So instead of releasing it, I went for a run. I pushed my body. I got home sweaty, out of breath, but something inside me had shifted. I felt alive. That was my first real experience with sexual transmutation. It wasn't some mystical idea anymore. It was real, physical, and empowering. From that day forward, I stopped thinking of my urges as a curse. I started seeing them as fuel. Whether it was writing, brainstorming, leading, or training, I used that charge to create. And slowly, I realized the same energy that once kept me trapped could now set me free. Let's break down how that works. In psychology, there's a concept called sublimation. It's one of the most mature defense mechanisms we have. Instead of acting on an impulse directly, we redirect it into something socially constructive. For example, a person with aggressive impulses becomes a surgeon. A person with anxiety channels it into planning and preparedness. A person with intense sexual energy channels it into art, business, fitness, focus. That's what sexual transmutation is. You're not repressing or denying your sexual energy. You're rerouting it. Let's make it simple. Urge equals energy spike. Release equals quick drop. Transmutation equals controlled use of that energy towards something meaningful. When you learn to sit with the urge instead of running from it, you unlock clarity, presence, and drive. Neurologically, you're delaying gratification. That builds resilience and rewires the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and long-term planning. Energetically, you're building up a charge. And when that charge is held and directed, you become magnetic. People feel it. Your posture changes. Your voice deepens. Your eyes carry more focus. That's not woo-woo. That's biology and presence in action. And it starts with one simple decision. I'm not going to waste this. I'm going to use it. Here's how I transmute urges in real life without shame, suppression, or stress. 1. Change the label. When I feel an urge, I don't say, "Oh no, here it comes." I say, "Here's my power, let's use it." That small reframe changed everything. 2. Redirect in real time. The moment I feel the urge rise, I ask, can I move my body right now? Can I journal? Can I work on something creative or mentally intense? You're not ignoring the urge, you're transferring it. 3. Use the energy cycle. Most urges follow a wave pattern. They spike and then fade in 10 to 20 minutes. If I can ride that wave without giving in, I often enter a state of flow afterward, a focused, energized mindset. So I learned to surf the wave, not crash in it. 4. Build keystone routines. I created non-negotiable anchors in my day. Morning walk or workout, cold shower, focused work session, evening reflection. These habits act as containers for the energy. They give it structure rather than letting it explode chaotically. 5. Connect with purpose. This one's huge. When I focused only on not relapsing, I failed. When I focused on my mission, what I'm building, who I'm becoming, I thrived. Because purpose is stronger than pleasure. So I started asking, who do I want to be 1 year from now? What would that version of me do with this energy? And then I acted like him until I became him. Imagine your sexual energy as water pressure in a pipe. If the pipe is sealed off completely, it bursts. If it leaks everywhere, it's wasted. But if it's channeled toward a turbine, it generates power. That's your potential. You don't need to shut off your sexuality. You just need to build the systems to use it well. One of my favorite things now is working on my goals while feeling the energy, not trying to get rid of it. It's like this quiet fire in my chest. Focused, intentional, clear. That's what I want for you too. So let me ask you, what will you do with your next urge? Will you let it drain you or drive you? Drop a comment and share your strategy. It can be a simple one. I'll hit a 15-minute workout. I'll journal what I'm feeling. I'll call a friend and talk through it. I'll work on my side project. The point is, do something, because every urge is a choice point, and the more you choose power over passivity, the stronger you get. This journey is hard, but it's worth it. And remember, this isn't about never feeling urges. It's about reclaiming your power.